Beyond Words. July 24, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. Yesterday, we talked about discernment, the desire to know the truth and the tools necessary to discern truth. We've also spent thousands of hours discovering just how profoundly slippery words are as a form of communication, how words are used to deceive, and how imperfect they are as a mode of communication. Imagine a totally different mode of communication which does not involve words, but uses pictures like words. Imagine that you are hovering above a vast undulating surface, a field stretching as far as the eye can see, all papered over with photographs, each holding a place within the surface of the field, like tiles of glass in a mosaic picture that is much larger. Each photo contains the absolute truth of what is contained in it. And you can perceive that truth directly, without the use of any words at all, in detail. For example, the photo is of a smiling man and two young women, his daughters. At a glance, you know all their life stories in detail and all of what brought them to that particular moment that is encapsulated in the photo. Not only that, but everything about their world, the rocks, trees, bugs, all of it, is revealed and known and preserved, too. This little microcosm, their stories, their moment, is part of the much larger field which contains billions upon billions upon billions of these photo archives hidden within each surface photo. And you are enabled to absorb all this information at a glance, absolute information without any distortion created by words. Not only that, but along with the images, feelings and intentions are recorded and layered into the overall communication. You know how the man felt at that moment and you know why he is smiling. You know, again, at a glance, the totality of his life and his intentions, his feelings, his failures, his triumphs, what he values, the status of his health, and an infinity of other truthful information about him, all conveyed in picture feelings without the use of a single word. There are no secrets. Nothing is hidden. Nothing is deceptive. It simply is, or is not, and that is all there is to it. Wherever you focus your attention, you see whatever there is to see, and there is no inexactitude, nothing to interpret or argue over or be uncertain about. All those illusion-laden aspects of communication or miscommunication are gone and you are able to receive and understand billions of these photo archives instantaneously, as well as being able to see the much larger mosaic-like picture that all these pieces combine to create. It all keeps changing moment to moment, but also stays the same, as each photo is firmly set in place, cemented into the flexible substrata, existing separately and within set parameters. This is communication on a whole different scale and of a whole different kind, set free of the waffling quicksilver nature of words, all available to you at a glance, but you must become aware of it, and you must learn to see it with your inner eye, and you must become aware that you have an inner eye, a non-physical organ of sight. You use it every day as you visualize things in your mind, yet we somehow remain placidly unaware of its factual existence. The facility of imagination is made possible by this unseen eye and by other unseen organs as well. These additional sensory organs are what you use to communicate in photo-feeling language. This precise, truthful, unerring, universal language is the language of the true God. We are all born with the ability to use this language and we do so, but we do it unconsciously, as if in our sleep, and when we pop back into the world of words and imprecise illusions, we conveniently forget what we actually know. One of the things that we actually do know, is our covenant with the true God. It is set forth plainly enough in the book of Genesis. Genesis, as we have learned by dint of hard slogging, is not our beginning, not even our beginning in this physical world. It is the beginning of what the critics of the Manichaean heresy, including Kurt Kallenbach, called the false start, or second start. What the Bible actually teaches is that we exist prior to any physical and corporeal embodiment, Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, and that no man knows the start date of his existence, nor does he know his name. We exist in this non-physical form and then, we incarnate in physical form, a process that has us start as a water-breathing fish-like creature derived from a single, unique, species-specific fertilized egg. All that we can physically become, is encoded in the information contained in this single fertilized egg. This egg and the information contained in it, is literally our earthly estate, but it is not the summation of our total estate, which remains in the non-physical realm from which we ultimately come and to which we ultimately return. In between, there are waypoints, like milestones on a highway we journey upon. These are not, in themselves, the beginning or end of anything, though we often mistake them as such. One such waypoint comes about 9 months after our egg is fertilized and our earthly estate is formed. Over the course of these 9 months, the fertilized egg has multiplied and diversified itself into over 200 different kinds of living tissue, and has sequentially organized and formed first a water-breathing creature, and then, transformed the water-breathing creature into one capable of breathing air on dry land. With all of this mission accomplished, we are born, ejected from the watery environment of the womb, and this event, a waypoint on the journey, is memorialized as our birthday, but this is not our ultimate beginning. What we call our birthday isn't even our second beginning. That second, physical beginning, occurred when the egg was fertilized, and that was again, after some unknown moment when we were first conceptualized and created in the unseen realm of pure energy. So we can't know when the living God created us and knew us prior to our physical incarnation. We can't know exactly when our particular egg was fertilized, either. These earlier waypoints on our path of becoming are unknown to us in our present form, and it is only in retrospect and upon reflection that we know what we don't know about ourselves and our journey. The mysteriousness of our actual beginning leads many people to discount it, and to pretend that we somehow leapt into existence at the moment we became visible as a separate being, the moment of what we call our birth, and that is recorded as our birthday. This act, attaching our existence to a calendar, then also condemns us to death the moment we exit this physical realm. Yet none of these things, what we call birth and what we count as time and what we call death, are anything but waypoints, markers of orderly transformations that are all occurring in a single mysterious moment called now. When is your life occurring? Now. When is your death occurring? Now. Where are you at all points in between? Now. So, your birthday is just a convenient lie, a means of marking when you entered this world as a separate visible air-breathing being. Unavoidably, it also marks the moment when the water-breathing creature is transformed and all the apparatus associated with it is expelled as waste material. We see this same process when a butterfly exits its chrysalis and leaves the detritus of the caterpillar body and the hard shell of the chrysalis behind. One form ends and another begins, but this transformation of form is not a death. It's a transformation. A change. Not an end. There is no break in the continuity of our existence. There is no excuse for probating our estate. There is no break in our relationship with the living God. In fact, we have never been dead and never existed in a past nor a future. We are not broken. We are whole, and we are part of a greater whole. When we communicate at the deeper levels of our being, where fact is fact and all the illusory constructs of words and convenient lies, legal fictions, are set aside, we know this.